think it's time for an intuitive message. Um, I guess I've been processing a lot, and realistically, it's actually been really hard to talk about. And I've had a hard time sharing about the whole thing. Only because I feel as though, I felt as though it was just happening to me. But as I've gotten further into, I guess, the understanding of what's happening to me and the upgrade that's happening to everyone, I'm starting to realize there probably are a lot more people being affected similarly by the energies that I am. And so therefore, I think it's a little more noble to share about. And I don't know, I just didn't want to share about something, and I guess it felt burdensome or like whiny maybe, I don't know. But I think it's important to share all information regardless of what it sounds like or how someone else might perceive it, because it's really, everyone beholds a different perspective and can utilize and digest information accordingly to their own experiences and needs. So I guess it's important to share regardless of my own judgments of myself. So I'm going to. First off, it's been hard to find inspiration. And not because there aren't things that inspire me. Everything inspires me. And I bet you're experiencing something similar, kind of like little bursts of loud information that says, ooh, cool, exciting. Actually looking for my dog. Come on, Zar. Anyway, these bursts of inspiration or bursts of energy, they last long enough to initiate the thoughts and the ideas of what might be a part of a bigger picture or a bigger process. But what I'm realizing, sorry, it's warm, and just got really warm. Anyway, what I'm realizing about these bursts of inspiration, these bursts of identifiable motivation, they last long enough to incite the idea or a conceptualization of something greater. But what I'm realizing, which is a big fucking deal, is that I've been feeling defeated, like, oh yeah, great idea, and then here I go, idea get initiated, and then no motivation or follow through, no nothing after the initiative phase, like the initiation phase of things. It's like usually I'm a wrecking ball of momentum. I get an idea and I move, and I'm like a freaking freight train moving through, getting to action, because I like to be, in motion. However, what I'm starting to realize is, since this is a collective energy that we're all experiencing, it's a collective energy that we're experiencing because we're supposed to initiate these concepts, because that's where they're brought to us for. But the reason why we can't seem to move through is because it's supposed to be collaborative. We're supposed to build teams to do these things. We're supposed to seek the actual support that we desire And we're supposed to actually experiment with the energies around us in order to see where we have even footing, where we have balanced support, and where we have actual teams. So I've created a experimental pod with a friend of mine to just kind of start initiating something in this nature to see how it goes, to see if collaboration actually is going to bring some of this inspiration in that used to be independently sourced, maybe collectively sourced or collaboratively sourced is the new path. So I don't know. I mean, it would make sense actually. So I've watched both of these videos that I've just recorded before recording this. And not only did I notice that there is like a speeding car going really loudly in the background while I'm talking, at the same time that I'm talking about taking off and launching new ideas. So maybe the collaborative path is where the speed really picks up. Maybe the universe was trying to show me that with the whatever that car really was doing here. I mean, I could hear it, I couldn't see it. It must be up on Freedom Parkway. Anyway, this collaborative path is experimental for me. I've always wanted to work with teams and work in teams more actively because I don't know. I like feeling inspired with others, and I like what energies coming together brings to my... I start to feel more inventive. I start to feel more inspired. It's almost like with people around, I'm like, part of me wants to do more. So I have more ideas. I get more inspired, I guess. Zara. Anyway, come here. So I've started this group. It's called Gigantic. And it's just a 6-week experiment to see if we can move into the more gigantic versions of ourselves with more support in a team. And if the collaborative effort is actually going to make a difference in the expansion that I'm personally seeking, and hopefully other people from the group will also gain from having the support. So anyway, it is what it is. It's an experiment, and I just really hope that it proves successful for us. I think I've invited 13 people. I doubt all of you will, be able to make the time, but I hope most of you will. And I believe Jen has invited people too. And Zara, she invited a bunch of people too. But I should also add that I think Zara might have invited a couple of dogs, so don't be surprised. And feel free to bring your pup. Because collaboration, it works in teams. So if your dog is a part of your team, your dog should be there. Or cat, or bird, or mouse, whatever makes up your team. What the hell are you eating? Yeah, my team's got pica. She'll eat anything. Chew on it anyway. So I just, I hope to share more on this and let you know how it goes, and, kind of update whether or not this collaborative effort is what's going to start moving the momentum. You know, I'm very accustomed to independently moving, independently working, and independently creating. But maybe, you know, this new world is a little more collaborative in nature, which would be nice. I've always wanted collaboration. It's just not easy to find. Aside of doggies and, you know, kitties. So, yeah. Let me know if it's something you're interested in. And, you know, this first 6-week experiment is just a trial to see if it makes a difference. Collaborative pods to me seem kind of like a different version of those workspaces where people work together, except it's more social as opposed to spatial. And yeah, I don't know. It's a thought. And you know, now that we're in this new timeline, which, by the way, I have to add, if you know anything about the Mandela effect, what happened to Thanksgiving? Every year, it's always been the third Thursday, always. My whole life, the third Thursday is Thanksgiving. I looked this just a week ago maybe. It now says on Google that Thanksgiving has always been the fourth Thursday. What do you remember? I'd like to know. Because Google says that I think President Roosevelt changed it in the 40s or 50s or some shit like that, so that it was the fourth Thursday. That's bullshit. Just total bullshit. It's always been the third Thursday. So I'm really curious as to know what you think, and whether or not if it's been the fourth Thursday in your life, or if it's been the third Thursday. I'm inclined to believe the people who have timeline jumped into this timeline came from the third Thursday timeline. And the people who have always been in this timeline, you lucky fuckers, because this is obviously a more collaborative timeline, or I'm hoping, that's the fourth Thursday. So, I don't know. If you remember the third, maybe you jumped with me. If you remember the fourth, lucky bastard, you've been in the right timeline all along. Or at least, I don't know. I guess I'm about to find out now that I've been here a minute. But it was recently that I realized. And if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, Google it. You're gonna blow your damn mind. It talks about the Berenstain Bears and the Bernstein Bears and Fruit of the Loom and all the different changes when we timeline jump. Just small little glitches. I love it. So, let me know. Are you a third Thursday? Or are you a fourth Thursday? And let me know if the collaborative pod sounds interesting to you. Kind of a social workspace to help expansion in your own life. Or if you're interested in joining, like this first one starts on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. 20-something. I don't know what the date is right now. But I'm probably going to do another one starting in January or February. This one is freebie. If it goes well, there'll be like a membership or some shit like that. So, only time will tell. More to be revealed. Also, stay well.